Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Doing a quick NASCAR race day update for all the guys that went to the back end qualifying. This is just going to be a shorter video and just some quick hits on the guys that went to the back. So speaking of the guys who went to the back, we got Corey LaJoie, Ross Chastain, Michael McDowell, William Byron, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher, Jimmie Johnson, and Ryan Blaney. I believe that is it. So let's talk about these guys that went to the back. So Ryan Blaney, I already liked him when he was starting 20th, so obviously now starting 30th. He's one of my favorite plays of the weekend. He had speed this weekend, and really I have him in most of my lineups. I will say he's above 50% exposure from all my lineups I do have, so I very heavily invested in Ryan Blaney this weekend. I think he's a fantastic play in all formats. And then Jimmie Johnson, I believe, is the next guy. He was someone I was fading, and because he just hasn't been that good here. But starting 32nd, he's going to move up. I don't care if he's not that good here. He's going to move up from 32nd. I think he can top 20. He had some speed this weekend, so I do think he's a very good play, and he's really cheap at 7,600. Usually we see Jimmie Johnson in the mid 8K range, so I do think this is a fantastic value. Chris Buescher is the guy that I also liked before he went to the back, and now he's starting 33rd, so obviously I should have a ton of interest in him, and I do. And then Austin Dillon, 34th. I hate playing Austin Dillon as much as the next guy. He always seems to burn me. Every time I play him, I think he crashes, it seems like. But starting 34th, we just can't pass up this value. He is only 7,300. He's going to move up. He's got an average finish here of 19. So just an amazing value play at 7,300. He's really easy to fit in your lineups. Then the guy who's my favorite play of the entire weekend is William Byron. At 7,100, he's way too cheap. I had interest. I was going to play him in about 20% of lineups before he even went to the back, starting 8th. And he had speed this weekend, fourth and second in the single laps, but first in the 10 lap in practice too. So he's got speed and he's looking good. And then he's got an average finish here of, I believe, 11. That's in 3 races. Average Draftkings points per race 44, and now he's starting in not dead last, but 30 in the 30s. So this is just screams my favorite play of the entire weekend. I don't see how this goes wrong unless, obviously, of course, he wrecks, but we can't really count on wrecks. So I have no problem if you want to press that lock button on him. I may or may not be doing that, but I think you get the idea of what I'm going to do this weekend with Byron. He's really easy to fit in our lineups, too. And then guys like Menard took a hit, Priest took a hit, MDB took a big hit starting 10th. Hemrick took a hit. I was interested in him. Bubba Wallace, absolutely not. Ty Dillon, he did take a hit. He was my favorite cheap play of the week, but starting 25th, I would rather get down to Michael McDowell. So let's talk about Michael McDowell. He's starting 35th, and I did say I was interested in him when he was starting, was it 17th or 19th? But now starting 35th, he's another guy I wouldn't even mind pressing the lock button on and getting different and getting your lineups different elsewhere. Because this is just the best value play on the board. He's 5,700. He's got an average finish here of 19. And I don't know what else you're going to want at 5,700. I think he can top 25 for us. He's definitely going to top 30 unless he wrecks. But again, I can't take that I can't account for that. And yeah, Michael McDowell pretty much lets us do whatever we want with our lineups. He allows us to pay it for Kyle Busch and then get some of those really good 7K, some of those guys in the 7K range, which there's so many good guys in the 7K range. So I do like Michael McDowell. Ross Chastain also into the back. He's starting 37th. Again, I was pretty interested in him. I think he was starting 35th before that. And I think he's got top 30 upside. That's really about it. But starting 37th at 5,500, I think he can get the job done for us. And then Corey LaJoie, so I'm not going to be too heavy on, but he is 5,400, starting 36th. He tends to be able to top 30, so I don't mind taking a sprinkle with him, maybe 5-10% of your lineups. But Michael McDowell is someone I'm going to be really heavy on. And then Reed Sorensen went to the back too, but I don't typically like to play Reed Sorensen. So I think that's it for all the guys that went to the back. Some other guys I had to bump down in my rankings. Daniel Suarez, he was starting 9th or 10th. Starting 7th, I think he's going to finish around 10, so I'm not too interested in Suarez anymore. Paul Menard took a hit. I already talked about that. Joey Logano is still someone I'm fading. Denny Hamlin, I already didn't like starting 12th, so I don't like him starting 9th. Bowman, I was indifferent on Bowman, but especially now he's starting 12th. I don't think I'm going to be playing any Bowman whatsoever. Well, actually, I already have my lineups made. I'm not playing Alex Bowman, I will say that. Kurt Busch, he's interesting. He's not in any of my lineups, I will say, starting 6th. At 9th, I was going to put a sprinkle in, possibly, but starting 6th, I don't really have too much interest. Kyle Larson, I think Kyle Larson's ownership's going to get lowered after he's moved up a few spots, and I still like Kyle Larson quite a bit. I believe I have him. I'm not going to give out the exact percentages, but I have him in over 25% of my lineup, so I do like Kyle Larson quite a bit. I think people are going to. I know people for sure are going to flock to Jimmie Johnson and Chris Buescher, and while they are good plays, I think Kyle Larson has much higher finishing position upside. He's someone that can get near the front, so I do like Kyle Larson better than those guys. But he's not as good as a value, as I will say. But I do like the GPP. I like him in GPPs quite a bit because he is going to be lower owned now. And Eric Jones, I still like Eric Jones. I do have a little bit of Eric Jones in my lineups just because I think he can top 3 potentially, just because of how good he is at Pocono. Almirola is the guy I'm still fading. Ryan Newman, he took a hit. I was really interested in Ryan Newman, but now someone I'm probably not going to be too heavy on. I'm actually going to remove that place differential tag just because he's not a core play for me anymore. And yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. The race is going to be starting in about an hour, so I'll let you guys go and finalize your lineups in case you were waiting for an update. So that's all I got for the video. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. I got a lot of subscribers over the weekend, so that was really cool. So must have did something right, I guess. But anyway, best of luck to you, and get those lineups in.